Hi, it's Trisha the Knitting Lady, and I'm at Fort Matanzas. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Well, I took a ride down because it's in St. Augustine, right on the outskirts of St. Augustine, and it turns out you have to take a ferry to see the fort. Well, the only ferry time available is 3:30, and I have something to do at 5, so that cuts that out. So I think I'm just going to wander around a little bit and then go back home, stopping at a state park on the way. I didn't see that. Passes are required to ride the ferry. Okay, there. Ferry boat's the only way to the fort. See? Didn't know that. Didn't see it on the website. Well, this must be the nature trail. I know it's hard to read this, but it says life in the shade. You're in the midst of a coastal hammock forest, growing on ancient dunes. I just love the way trees grow in all different directions. Hi, I stopped at this, I don't know if you can hear me, this River to Sea Preserve, because there's a section right above Palm Coast where the river meets the sea. And looks like they're doing all kinds of construction to turn that all on. Right? I don't know what you're doing. And this is it, River to Sea Trail. It's easy walk between river and sea. So let's do a little walk and see what we see. Well, here's the river. I think it's the I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm going to find out. Matarzis. I don't know. I'm going to have to find out the spelling of the proper pronunciation. Here's the river where you can do some fishing. Here's the old house. It needs to be torn down or something. Well, that's an unusual tree. I'll be honest with you, I don't know where I'm walking to, and I think I'm going to turn around because I'm by myself and I don't want to get lost. I'm just looking at this now, walking back, and I think they might be putting up a cell phone tower. I know there's an issue in this area with not enough cell phone towers. So maybe that's it. And the branches are alive. Hi, it's Trisha the Knitting Lady. I just came back from the Moose Club, the Moose Lodge. I was helping them sell 50/50s. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But this Sunday, today's Friday, this Sunday is the Daytona 500. So it's been really crowded. The streets are crowded, the roads are crowded. I don't dare go anywhere near Daytona. Daytona's only like 15 minutes away from me, but I won't go near the racetrack. A lot of bikers on the road. In fact, I saw a really bad accident today with them coming back from St. Augustine, where the fort was. Not good. I don't happen to like to see that kind of thing. So I was driving past trying to avert my eyes. I didn't want to see it. So I was talking about that fort I went to. Well, I couldn't. You had to take a ferry to the fort. But it's a national monument. And the pronunciation is Matanzas. Matanzas. Because it's spelled M-A-T-A-N-Z, like in zebra, A-S. And the word is Spanish for slaughter. And it was named after a massacre. It's right near an inlet where the river meets the ocean. It was killing of French troops by Spanish troops in 1565. And the fort was built in 1740 by the Spanish. So there's a lot of course, influence here. The French were here and the Spanish took over. There's more Spanish influence in Florida. Now, the oldest fort in the United States is Castilla de San Marcos. That's in St. Augustine. I've been up there. But if you've seen one fort, you've seen the other. And you can walk around the fort and actually look into the fort. I mean, I could get in there because I have a national park pass, but I didn't have it with me that day. It was with my son. And to be honest with you, I have no desire to go back and see it. Because like I said, to me, if you've seen one fort, you've seen them all. Well, not really. I saw a really interesting fort when I was in Montana. Was it Montana or North Dakota? It was right near the borderline. But that was more interesting to me because it involved Native Americans, how they used to trade at this one fort. So that's the thing I wrote up to today. I don't think I'll go back because when I think about it, I'd have to plan to take the ferry over to the fort, and it's a fort. You know, what's going to be that different? I don't know. So I don't think I'll do that. It's just as well. Then I had to come back because I told him I would help learn how to do the 50-50 because the Women of the Moose sell 50-50 tickets Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I went to help them. And it's like anything else. I know I joined the Women of the Moose, but there's people there that've been there forever and have their own little clique. And I don't know if they were so happy to have me there, to be honest with you. They said the other night it would be fine, but then unfortunately the two people that run the 50-50 that night, they had something tragic happen in their family. Why they were there is, I guess they have to keep busy. I don't know. I don't want to go in what happened because it hit the newspaper. It wasn't too nice, and I don't really want to talk about it because it's really very tragic. They're very involved with the Moose. Their son, it's a woman and her daughter, and her son also works at the Moose. So they're very involved with the Moose. In a way, it was good because people were hugging her, the mother, and talking to her. And what could you say? It's a tragedy. Like I said, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to tell the details of it because I just think it's uncalled for. It hit the paper here in Ormond Beach in Daytona. And like I said, enough about that. So, I had off today. And like I'm going to show clips of where I was. And I have work. When am I off again? Tuesday. And next Friday. And then my days are all over the place because I have the second part of the surgery, which I don't even think I need, to be honest with you, but I'll go and see what they say. Shouldn't be as bad as the first one, and I'm going to be careful this time. I'm going to tell them to sit me away from everybody because I think that's how I got sick, and I'm not a germaphobe. For me to say that, you know it was bad because I had a friend say that. For you to say that because you never go on like that. And I said, no, I think that's how I got sick. I was around too many other people after surgery, you know. Not good. So that's about it. I'm working on my blanket and my pocket shawl. I'm not even going to show it till it's finished, and it's just been busy with work. The manager wants us to download this one program, and I can't seem to download it, so I'm going to have to call tech, because he says, I'll sit with you and download it, and I'm thinking to myself, You have no patience for me. He doesn't. I can tell. Every time he deals with me, he has no patience, you know. So I just said, no, I'll figure it out on my own. Because I know he's going to get annoyed. Because, it's just, we're a little bit like oil and water, really, you know. I don't even know why he puts me on his team. Because I don't think he's too fond of me, you know. You almost have to laugh at it. It's only a part-time job. I have to keep reminding myself of that. It's not the end of the world. You know, I just happen to get paid a decent salary doing it. But it's not the end of the world. So other than that, I'm trying to plan my trip to Hawaii. And I'm all over the place with that too. Because a couple of things I did, and I opened certain days, and then I can't get tickets to the Pearl Harbor until March. And I'm not going to pay to go on a tour when it's not necessary. Because you can get tickets by yourself. You don't have to pay for a tour. So that's about it. I hope everybody's doing okay. And I'll see you eventually. Bye.